Hey guys, how's it going? I figured I would do a video. I wanted to show you how I hook my GoPro Hero 5 Black up to my helmet and how I video and my thoughts and stuff on that whole thing. Here we have my KLIM F5 helmet, and this is the helmet I use lately for videoing. And I have a SoPro mount. You can check the description. I'll have links to all this, but the SoPro mount's like 30-40 bucks. It connects to the chin. It has a strap that goes through here and two down here. Well, at least that's how I hooked it. Some of the pictures show it the other way, where the straps go one here, and then the middle one. This seemed to work best for this helmet and just how I wanted the plate attached and all that good stuff. And it is like a coated metal plate, because I actually drilled a few holes on here. More to that later, but this is how I have the Hero 5 Black mounted to my helmet. When you loosen the camera, you can swing it down. This is how it swings down, and it's pretty easy to make sure it's set up correctly each time. I just push it to the back and tighten it, and there I go. I got my viewpoint. It works really good. Technically the helmet sits on your head kind of like that, so kind of down, but you see in my videos it shows plenty sky, plenty ground. It's perfect. It works great. And if I want to get to the camera easy, it's easy enough to reach up, flip that down, undo the latch, pull the camera out, or just undo this all the way and pull the camera off. Now, the batteries on these GoPros are a joke. So I don't know who would just use the battery. I mean, you'd be changing it all the time. It only lasts like an hour. So what I use, because all I do is want to start it and I let it roll. And it will break the file down to smaller files. You know, they're only so big. And I just load them all up, start editing away, and it goes real quick actually. But so I like it just to run. So I have a 128 gigabyte card. I want to get a bigger card, but that's what I have so far. And I use an external battery to power it. So I have the internal batteries in here, and I also use an external battery. This is the one I mostly use. This one is 16,750 milliamp hour. Works really nice. Has a built-in light for if you're camping, so that comes in handy. Also charging phone. This will last 2 or 3 days of recording. So that's pretty handy when you're on a huge, more of a dual sport or adventure ride. If you're on a smaller just outing, you know, 4 hours or whatever, this Sony battery, this one happens to be a Sony, but it's 5,200 milliamp hours. You can get ones in small packages now that are like, I guess, 10,000 milliamp hours, and that's ideal actually. And they're still small, not as big as the other one. And what I do is got a USB-C cable, and I just plug it in right to the side, and I have the cable coming off, and I kind of route it. Whether I have different length cables. This one's my shorter one. This is for if I put it in a pocket, or I use the longer one that I can then route it to go into the camelback and down on my back. Works pretty good. And for audio, that's where it gets a little complicated, because it's a GoPro action camera. For some reason, they don't give you a mic input jack. A lot of people are motovlogging and talking and stuff. You would think they'd make a camera for motovloggers. I mean, it's becoming really popular, but they don't. So you could use the built-in, which isn't bad, but it's still kind of crap, because if you're talking, your voice won't be clear because it's still some distance here, and this is going to pick up more engine noise. So I want to use a mic. It's just a Sony mic. I forget the model number. It'd be in the description. It's like ELM something another. Something like that. But it's in the description. How do you get audio? Because there's no jack. Well, this is what I used to use, a $50 GoPro attachment. So instead of that plugging there, this would plug into the side like so. This would be mounted, well, I mounted it under here with some zip ties, so that's why I drilled some holes and found out that that was actually metal. And yeah, I had it like that, and then would plug off to this side the mic and the external power. And yes, you can run external power through this. If you check the GoPro forum, people are like, you can't, it doesn't work that way. They say it won't work. It works. That's how I've done rim rocker point to point all day for multiple days, and works just fine. That's how I used to run it. It's just this thing is so huge. A lot of people will mount it like that with sticky tape or Velcro, good Velcro, bionic Velcro, and you can do that. But this connector is so huge and stiff, it's annoying. So I decided, get rid of that. Toss that to the side. So what I do is I plug in my power here. And so how do I get good audio? Well, what I'm recording on right now, I use a Tascam DR-05 audio recorder. I turn on the GoPro, I turn this on, I do some claps, and I sync it up later. I let this run the whole time, I let this run the whole time. It's easy to edit stuff out. And memory is cheap, so big memory cards, and there you go. Of course, I can make a video on the settings for this, settings for that, and all that good stuff, but that's pretty much how I hook up the audio and the extended external battery, because a lot of people had asked me, how do I hook up external battery? So this will either go with the audio recorder either in front pockets if I'm wearing a jacket, or if I'm out doing, say, a technical ride and I don't have a jacket on because I'm going to sweat my butt off, I have a longer cable for this. I put it in my Camelback, I route it, same with the audio. I have a extension cable and I route it to the Camelback, and that's in there. I just start that, that's in there, and I don't have to worry about it. The audio recorder has a hold button so you won't accidentally press buttons. I did have to add a piece of tape. Why? Because, well, the back is kind of flimsy. This is like 80 to 100 bucks depending when you buy it, sales, what have you, the price on Amazon. I'll have a link to it. And then the GoPro I picked up for like $250. They're selling for like $190 at Costco the last time I was there, and they had them over the holidays. Actually, as low as $170. I should have picked up another one, honestly. But yeah, that's reasonable. And I figured people were talking about it. So what I like this mounting position the best. I don't like under the visor. That's in my way. I know people will say, but it's not in your way. It's in my way. It bothers me that it's there. I don't like it. I've done on the top of the helmet. I like it, but you have to reach up, fiddle. Well, you become good at knowing how to do everything blind, because you're totally blind when it's up there unless you want to take your helmet off. And if you then wanted to run an external power, it's just that much more cable from the top down, and it's harder to actually do that. And you know, up front here, it's not bad. You don't feel it. What you do is after you get this on and routed, make sure there's enough free play, but not too much free play. You don't want cable just sticking out, you know, crazily. So you turn your head right, left, up, down, and if it's tight, you pull a little out. Okay, that's good. Check that way, check up, check down, and pull any out you need, and just have the minimum you need, because that's all you need to look around, up, down, right? So you're good to go there. I just prefer the front mount now. I hate side mounts, that view. I don't want to see the side of your helmet. If you do that in your videos, you like it, good for you. I will not watch your video at all if you have it on your side of your helmet. I don't care if you have 200,000 subscribers. I don't like that view at all. It's just personal preference. I don't care about your helmet. The guys that tend to like put their aim for some reason down at the bars, I don't care necessarily about the ground. I want to see what's ahead. When you have it too far facing down, what I sit there at the computer, I'm like this, because I'm thinking natural instinct. I'm trying to, I want to see further. Look up, man. Right? If you don't have some sky in your video, man, I don't want to watch your video. Sorry, that's just the truth to it. So anyways, this is how I have it hooked up. That's where I like it so far. It's been working good this way. It's been working great with the Tascam. It's a lot better. If you go back in my old videos, you can see where I didn't have any audio. I had it like on here, and you can still hear me talk. It's pretty amazing. You could actually hear. And over time, I've grown to this position. I've gone more professional with the dedicated audio recorder, and it just makes it that much better. You know, hopefully this helps you out. Thanks guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Have a good one.